The quarter's almost over, sis, and it's quite obvious you need a reality check. You're exhausted and burnout. You've allowed work to overtake your life. You feel isolated and alone. You're surrounded by people, but you're procrastinating because you're stuck. And you feel like you're floating with no real destination. I get it. I understand. The problem is you set goals for yourself that were not tethered to your reality. You see, you didn't incorporate your awesome, and now you're paying the price. In this video, I'm going to share with you what it really means to own your awesome. We are tackling those lies that we tell ourselves that are preventing us from reaching our goals and achieving our dreams. And I'm going to share with you my solution, overcome it all. Let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Before we get into everything, I think it's important for me to clarify what I mean by owning your awesome. It's a phrase that I coined because I found so many amazing women who have everything they need to achieve their goals, but they haven't yet found a way to put the picture together. And they are just phenomenal in their everyday lives and in their professional lives, but they haven't yet grasped the value that they can really bring, the superpower of clarity, and they're not yet able to see just how powerful they are. So I thought, girl, own your awesome. I said that one day and it just took off from there. But let me just define it for you. Owning your awesome means believing in your uniqueness. It means being unstoppable and using that genius and authority that you know you have, but you've been allowing to shrink so that others can be tall. Owning your awesome is about being untouchable. That means you don't have any competition. Women often feel that there is competition, that they have to be smarter, stronger, faster, all the things, prettier. Girl, there is no competition. You are untouchable. That's what owning your awesome is about. You are as unique as a snowflake. There is no one who has the same combination of influence, experience, perspective, and passion. So when you own your awesome, you recognize that. You recognize that you are unique, you are unstoppable, you are unafraid, and you are untouchable, girlfriend. That's what it means to own your awesome. Okay, so now that we have that definition out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what else we have for today's video. Oh, wait, before we do that, I want to let you know about something that I have just created. I am so excited about it. Guys, it is so good, okay? You guys know about my program, Project CEO. Inside that program, women have really learned what they needed to own their awesome, but I have created something else that I'm super excited about. I have a 5-day mini course. It is only $27, guys, $27. And inside this mini course, I am giving you so much value that it's going to help you own your awesome. You just will not believe. There are 6 different steps that I'm going to share with you inside this program. It is 5 days. You have access to it. You have 5 days to complete it, and then you get an amazing bonus, but you have to do it within 5 days. Okay. We know, like, when it comes to owning our awesome, you really have to commit to something, commit to the things that you know are going to help you grow. And this is one of those things. If you get it done in 5 days, I've got an excellent bonus that is a video that is inside my program, Project CEO, and it is not sold anywhere else, but it is one of the top videos inside of that program that everybody loves, that helps them tremendously achieve their awesome and then own it. So you're going to want that video. So make sure, if you do decide to get this mini course for $27, that you do your due diligence and commit to getting it done in 5 days. It's all about taking action. I'm looking for action takers, and that is you, sis. That's why you're watching this video. All right, let's dive into these points and these lies that we are telling ourselves that are preventing us from owning our awesome. Lie number 1, I'm not qualified to be here. Girl, yes, you are. Yes, you are. 75% of females actually believe that they are not really qualified. They have imposter syndrome. And this causes you to avoid taking risks. But guys, risks yield rewards, and you can take educated risks. You can do your work, your homework, to determine whether or not it's the best risk for you, if it's something that you should be doing, but you should take the risk nonetheless. You are supposed to be in the room. You have everything you need to be successful. All you have to do is own your awesome. Another lie that we tell ourselves is, oh, I just got lucky. That was a fluke. Girl, own your awesome. You did not get lucky. You put in the hard work. You have been researching. You have been doing your homework. You have been growing and stretching yourself and getting in the rooms where people are giving answers, and you have been taking notes. It was not luck. It was work. Own your awesome. This behavior causes you to discount your achievements. You've been amazing. I have to say, there's a friend of mine. I'm guilty of this. There is a friend of mine who, when she introduces me to people, I am looking at her like, who is that amazing woman you just introduced? It was me. We don't see ourselves the way other people see us. We are amazing in our own rights, and we have to own that. Did you know that 47% of women said that they never expected to reach the level of success that they've reached? Girlfriend, own your awesome. Know that you are worthy. Know that you didn't get lucky, but that you put in the work. Own your awesome. The next lie we tell ourselves is that everyone knows more than I do. Everyone knows more than I do. Girl, no, they don't. If they're in the room, if they're listening to you, if they hired you, it's because you knew more than they did. They felt you had value that they needed. Own your awesome. The truth is, you only need to stay a few steps ahead of the people that you are trying to serve. You could just have one more piece of the puzzle that added value to what it was they were doing. Own your awesome. The closer that women get to those elite positions, the more they doubt their abilities. They doubt that they can become what they need to become to be successful. Don't let that be you, okay? Everyone doesn't know more than you. And if you feel that way, go out there and have a hunger and thirst for knowledge so that you can own your awesome. The next lie we tell ourselves is that if we fail once, everyone's going to realize that you're not capable, you're not able. Listen, failure is your first attempt at learning. The beauty of it is, if you look at it the right way and have the right perspective, is that failure is it's learning, it's sharing with you what you don't need to do the next time. At least you know now that that thing won't work. Success does not come without failure. Growth does not come without discomfort. Okay? I recently did a training for an organization and it didn't do well. And I was in my feelings really badly about this. But after a lot of, just really soul searching and trying to see how I could have done better in that instance, I realized something. I realized a piece of the puzzle that I had been missing. I am an amazing presenter because that's what I've been doing, presenting. I've been, a speaker where you present information, but training and consulting are different. It is teaching, it is pulling and drawing information out. So I realized that I could stretch and grow in that area. And I've started to do that and been successful at it ever since. So guys, just because you failed once does not mean you're not capable. It just means it was a lesson for you to learn and an opportunity for you to stretch and grow. But you can still own that. And that is also owning your awesome. The thing is that you don't have to be afraid of being exposed because you fail at something. I think it's very human to fail. No one is perfect. So let that be not only a lesson to you, show people how you move on and get back up on that horse. Nearly 60% worry about the fact that they won't live up to other people's expectations, okay? Stop trying to live up to other people's expectations. You're awesome in your own right. You have value. You have everything you need to be successful. You do not have to live up to other people's expectations. That is why I talk to you about developing your own personal operating system. When you develop your personal operating system, you are saying to yourself, I have boundaries. I have set and managed expectations. I have taught people how to treat me, and I hold them accountable for what they've learned. I know how to manage my time. I know how to say no as a complete sentence. And I have defined how I want to show up in the world with my strengths, limitations, desires, and non-negotiables. That is the key to not feeling like you are not meeting other people's expectations, because the goal is for you to meet your own expectations, because you set the stage for what you need to do and be your best. You set the stage to own your awesome. And also this fear that can happen, the fear of like being exposed, or the fear of failing because you think that people are not going to think you are capable, it is what is causing your stress and your frustration and your overwhelm. It is where the distractions are coming from, where the triggers are causing you problems. Don't allow it to overtake you. Own your awesome and recognize that you have everything you need to get the results that you want. Own your awesome. The other lie that we tell ourselves is that we have to work harder than everybody else to deserve the thing that we're going after. Girl, please. 81% of women say that they put more pressure on themselves not to fail than the people around them, or than men actually do. Girl, why are we putting the pressure on ourselves? I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and she was in distress. She was very upset. She was struggling with the realities of life. And she was putting so much pressure on herself to do things a certain way, the way people expected her to do them. And my advice to her was to determine what she needed to do things her way, so that she could feel comfortable and get her joy back, and to get her excitement and happiness back. Because we can't show up for other people until we know how to show up for ourselves. We don't have to pile the pressure on ourselves. The world is going to do that for us. That's why having your personal operating system is going to help you show up the way you need to tackle the things that are being thrown at you, and to manage those expectations of people, and not put so many things on our plate that we are pressuring ourselves to do things that we shouldn't be pressuring ourselves to do. And then we can't show up as the best version of ourselves. Don't do it. Own your awesome instead. Because the results of this is you're chronically overworking yourself. You have this idea of perfectionism that you shouldn't have, because no one is perfect. And you have difficulty delegating and letting go of things because you think it has to be done your way. And that was part of her problem. She didn't want to let go of the things that she felt she should do. It was a lie that she was telling herself. And she couldn't overcome it. And if you can do that, then you won't have to deal with the perfectionism. You won't have to deal with, the inability to delegate or to ask someone for help. Now, what's the solution? What is the solution for this? How do you actually turn this thing around and start to own your awesome? Well, first thing is to know your worth. Know your worth. Guys, we all have baggage. We all have dysfunction in our lives. The key is understanding where you fit in it. Pull that bag out, look through it, determine what is yours and what's going to help you, what's going to benefit your life, get you where you want to go, and what is not. If it's not going to serve you, if someone else put that in your bag, girl, take it out. Give it back. Forget about it. Eliminate it from your life. Recognize that it could be the thing that triggers you and derails you and gets you off task. If you want to own your awesome, you've got to do the work. It doesn't come easy. You have to look at things that you don't want to look at. You have to deal with things that you didn't want to deal with that are painful. You got to do that. Otherwise, you won't be able to recognize them when they come your way, and they are going to derail you and distract you and become those triggers. The next thing you need to do if you want to own your awesome is protect your time and your energy, sis. It has never been more true, honey. People will spend your time faster than they will spend your money. Trust and believe. Give them an inch and they will take all 24 of your hours. Okay? You have got to own your time and your energy. Your peace. Your peace is so important. If you're going to own your awesome, you've got to own that. You've got to manage that energy. You can't let things put you down. You've got to find those things that inspire you and motivate you. that lift you up, keep you going, that fill your cup. You've got to own your time and your energy. The next thing is keep your promises to yourself. I said this last year. I realized I don't like liars. But then I recognized that I was a liar. I was lying to myself. I was telling myself that I was going to do things that, girl, I knew I wasn't going to do. I'm not a 5 o'clock in the morning girl. It's not going to happen. Not consistently. Now, can I get up early? Yes. If I've got a plane to catch, if I've got a job to do, absolutely. I am more productive in the morning. Absolutely. But to get up on a consistent basis to do something that I don't want to do, i.e. work out, not going to happen. No. But I realized I was lying to myself. And I made a conscious effort to stop doing it and to commit to what I could do. So keep your promises to yourself above all else. Next, operate in your personal framework. Now, your personal framework is like a lens that I want you to think about when you are making decisions, when you are going about your life. How can you set yourself up for success by knowing in every set of circumstances you find yourself in, where your strengths are in that situation, what your limitations are in that situation, what it is you're trying to get out of that situation, and what those non-negotiables are that could derail you or trigger you and prevent you from being successful in that situation. You identify those 4 things in every situation that you walk into, you will come out the better on the other side. Whether you are successful or not in the endeavor, you will come out on the other side knowing that you did your best, you gave it your all. If it does work out, phenomenal. But if it doesn't, you don't have to chew on it and feel bad about it for long. You can recover much faster because you know you did everything in your power to show up as your best, to mitigate any limitations that could have been in the way. You were going after what you wanted, and you recognized and eliminated any of those non-negotiables that reared their ugly heads. So operate within your personal framework. This is another way to own your awesome. The next thing is to give out of overflow. But guess what? You have to learn how to fill your cup. You've got to learn how to do that for yourself. You are the only person that can make yourself happy. No one else can make yourself happy. You are responsible for your reactions, and you alone. You are responsible for filling your cup and doing the things that are going to make you feel better, that are going to replenish you, that are going to love on you so that you can then give out of the overflow. No one can be successful when they are giving out of a deficit, because you'll always feel like you're stretching yourself. You'll always feel like you're getting the raw end of the deal. You'll always feel like you're not making as much money as you should be making, dealing with the things that you're having to deal with. So learn what you need to fill your cup and then fill it regularly and give out of overflow. This is how you're going to own your awesome consistently. Next, you should appreciate the validation and the approval that people give you, but not be motivated by it, because those things are fleeting. When you do something good in someone else's eyes, they are going to pat you on the back. They're going to tell you how amazing you are. They're going to give you all the affirmation that you think you may want in that moment, but don't allow that to motivate you. Know what you need to do and be your best. Create a personal operating system that helps you consistently achieve those things, go after those things, work those plans that you created to meet your goals. Let that be your driving force. Let your personal operating system be the thing that drives you. Now, the accolades, the affirmations, the validation, all of those things are good, and they can encourage, right? They can encourage you to continue, but don't let that be the motivating thing. Let that personal operating system be your guide to consistently show up and do the things that you want to do. Because on the one hand, you could be doing something great, and that person will be like, oh my God, that was amazing. That was awesome. But then on the other hand, you might do something that you think is amazing, but they don't think it's so great. And they might say such, and then you could be depleted or deflated. But if you are operating from your personal operating system and you are guiding yourself, then you can take what people say and appreciate it and thank them for giving you their feedback. But you don't have to let that derail you if you know that you're on the right path and you're operating within your personal operating system. The next is make your behaviors align with your standards. The way you act, the way you show up, should align with who you say you want to be. That is how you own your awesome. You can't say that you want to be one person and show up as one way, be known for one or two things, and then you operate differently when you get out in the wild. You want people to recognize you for the person that you want to be. You don't want them questioning you and wondering, who is this person that I'm seeing? Why are they behaving in this way? Your behaviors should align with the person that you want to be, with the standards that you've set for yourself with your personal operating system. And then lastly, don't compare yourself to other people. I said it before. You are as unique as a snowflake, as a fingerprint. There's no one on this planet with the exact same combination of influence, experience, perspective, and passion. Own it. Own your awesome. So, what is the lesson? You don't have to stay in a state of struggle, sis. This was your reality check. You don't have to stay here. You just have to own your awesome. You don't have to deal with those insecurities or that fear or that stagnation. Stop telling yourself the lies that you've been telling yourself. Own your awesome. Step into your destiny, girl. Now, if this content was encouraging and motivating to you, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite part was. Also, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you don't miss episodes. And make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if it gave you any value, if you were able to take anything away to own your awesome. And don't forget about the 5-day mini course that I shared with you. It's called the Executive Alignment Workshop mini course. Make sure that you look at that in the description below. I will leave the link down below so that you can check that out. And I'm super excited to share it with you. It is such an amazing mini course. The value that you get from it, I mean, you'll probably be able to take it and walk away and not have to do anything else. I mean, it really does provide that much value in helping you own your awesome. So I look forward to seeing you on that side inside that program. Remember, you have 5 days and 5 days only. There is a bonus video that you will get if you do it in those 5 days that I'm promising you is going to be the key to unlock everything you learn inside that mini course. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this week's video. And I look forward to seeing you back here again next week. All right, bye, guys.